for high golden TV GH, Mr. Also be subscribe, like, na share, and family me say, and any first time on channel na. Na yinyina yinim arehosema eto my Ghana yinyina atoyen abesinri. Na no na Farouk Al Wahab, one of the top security analysts in Africa, or Ghana haya, audience ba b0mb. Atudwa ehuhia say golden TV GH edibre ye for.
Farouk, awienso yebema ye nyina ye ho Yakob nim sa asem ato ye nyina nti yebema ye nyina ho kafra be mu akwaba e de ba angel news so
koyo bidashi na bishamu nya ne tiefo na yina se do kan ye me ho Yakob na ye ma abushafo Yakob eni shedi eno manye mo ma penny government every Ghanaian na ye me ho Yakob ewo sa we are upon. I think, sir, could you allow a host that as a country, no, the meaning when you say, I did here, Pano, and Yanana, a group maybe here. Could you only say, sir, your castle flights are taking off 9:12, 12 minutes after 9. It only means, sir, and yet, time. Flight, are taking off from the the parking space, not all taxi, not all call. So flight in 9 is we time I cannot not pay anymore. That is when I will confirm say flight not take off 9:12. Now, because you are saying we see the yet said no media for you, and no interviews are more yet. I would make you some more than and one will be at the edge because the technical details of exactly what has happened. I'm so sorry and sad over a country said Air Force and the air controller and the owner of Ghana International Airport. The airport is managed by Ghana Civil Aviation Authority. And the flights in the airspace of Ghana is controlled by, of course, the same Air Force and radar control. Now say yes, flight. No other flight than a defense flight. Defense flight in the name of a helicopter. And they could do any helicopter that baby. Media any helicopter at any bajonibia. Now this helicopter we know say about gather around the country. Now we agree, sir. Military about all maintenance no Myanmar, they do it. Now could you fight it poor? Could you come to National Airport Air Force for there? More and a more controller. And a moon playing a Yamodia. In this case, a near private jet, a helicopter, a defense helicopter. What take you off 9:12? Air Force idea we said, oh, radar control there, and but of course, radar control unit, and more communicate on every flight in the country. And yet, the Ghana airspace now, Air Force has an information through the radar control vis-a-vis the two of them. And today, neighbor, or flight to 9:59:12. But you, so what was helicopter, and you're passing the jet. I do know, say the routine, route bang and the man, meaning radar control. That is your friends, the radar control, route bang on the man. But your helicopter and taxi will move from a beer just about 5-10 meters away, baby. Say, the turbines in here, or power, no storm, air, and no gravity, we are. Helicopter take it off. But take it off and all call Boasia. Or best fly this straight away. And I could take in the course, it will beach. Labadi, one of the Quacofa. Or call Boasia. In Tron Conco said the beer, your friend is a chill, the leader control for the building. And now what the b0mb Suki, and your uncle far. Your friend is a sweat group. Or the fire is soon. Yeah, when I'm Jamestown with Shaha. No one can find down so many Shaha. I could fly through Winnipeg, there's now. After Pambo, Could you obefa at Mankesim, river belt and so, who are crossing Mankesim. I fighting for soup, will do a washi. Now, interestingly, the flight in free airport with that helicopter now, with you call as higher as the passion mokon. This helicopter capture win. And what gravity of it about 15,000-20,000, what we are told. The technical details, of it 20,000. And you bet 20,000 there. One need, there will be any problem or require so. And you be one in what problem or require so. And then the gravity is move into it mako. And so too far in soon so. And we know soon now. And I hear you say, moment the above to a year, Ghana Air Force, radar control, the helicopter, no, it's missing. They can't find it on the radar. Because it's a joke. You can't find it on the radar. What does it mean? It means, say, machine in your power.
Sir, yeah, we can't find it. That's yeah, to say, you will not cry.
Say, how many minutes was it allocated for that aircraft to go to Obuasi? No more than 30 to 35 minutes. Because the same flight now, you would go Kumasen 32 minutes, any 28 minutes African world, you would go Kumasen. That helicopter will or Obuasi or the 35 minutes. And so to 9:12, expected time of arrival here in 9:45. And to a Iran. Somebody should tell me ignorantly. I say, time Ben who said flight, a free down so. And any flight are all a year military, a year more Air Force. Radar control a room that is aviation for the whole. And our Air Force now to our machine. What coordinate flight, working. Radar control mean maybe a flight in war.
That's a Farouk. That is a you tell the work and I was the operative radar control. No, I was so a try 24/7 on.
How much more 24/7? Now, just not forget that there is a human error. Now, Ghana say a bar. We pay with technical questions to say, one time to do go and people are not good to win penny. A meaning say, because radar control, time then and not flight in a year. 2 years and a flight, and to issue and get a winner and get a mancasim. Now, flight are all called Wasi, not about 35 minutes. Because you should be, I know what to. Meaning, say, no one is destination enclave. And to all kinds of flight, and I ran a usual flight, and that time, and your what flight recorders, which is the black box. Any conversation in the cockpit. Any conversation that goes on by the flying officers, so this situation, or the record, or the casa. In the time now, more radar control catch me. I catch on Mampenia, catch Ghana for. I chief of staff, big hospital, and get to say, Adiana, Ira, Niatise, Achuho, Umu. That time, when Timan Fan Council said, the flight took off. In Tabrofon Sobesha was say 8 minutes into the flight, Koyota T. 10 minutes into the flight, 20 minutes into the flight, Nayae. If you are 20 minutes into the flight, Air Force, any radar could do, can measure that I know do whenever.
That is a assembly, yeah, Cabas 9:32 a.m. baby.
Obianke, time Momo Castle radar, Wayano, I will Air Force. Rama PR as a machine Irano. I'm walking out a bed 11 and to Ellen. No machine actually nipping in every.
Hey, wow.
One say, a class of one say, 10 o'clock. Papa Bacon here was say, only the way you watch at one way, Juma. But now I'm working for a name, Pam, Ahibia. Where Bacon to interview, also they are no pana, na machine barbecue. In the ancient interesting and technical details here. Medical said it will take that helicopter 35 minutes to reach Obuasi. In the Serbia, no one always will do the destination. It will the cancer machine Naira. Yatiate, a yatambe. Time burn a machine if you read us. So the monitor the coordinator on the flight, it be so sorry. And now say, this situation, pilot, send a signal, said, When you forget, and that's a gun, I mean, I can't say, all machine, any helicopter military use to be it is equipped with what is called night goggles and a foggy goggles. Fog goggles, no matter how, military jet, we don't find everyone. And not chatting to me after the technical issue. But this is one of the views said. When to mean saying, enter country Ghana. Apart from details, Makacha President Omo so the Yahoma politicians, no many will get announcement. But who have technical details said, Otu Yanu Odihi, Tam Ben Wayaye, all the Iran, and Kassan Rena play in Iran, and international. And their conversation between the pilots, any disorder control. Our accidents is aviation and the way the first thing we're looking for is the black box. This black box, the coroner said the opposite of skeleton day band. You need aviation. I from crack aviation investigators and for them at Ghana Air Force. Move Yana, Daddy. A class for no markers, any soon, any in panicano. Yes, Marco for cosmetic, Marco Franca say 8, any diaba. Yamin we shall put you na yaw, nameable. But Adena should be beyond. Yet you are concentrated to another. You are concentrated to bones near the Baba. But in any other country, for future sake, we should know by now what was the technical issue. Or for plunge our soul, about dream. And he no or divert it, and answer no getting. Because one, some machine necessary, next one, or no navigation system echo off. If you hear, and after for whichever reason, we are communicating well from the radar control because with private jet and answer what a helicopter one. Radar control, so when you come out, they screen at them. When you shout, say, you are too low, go up, go east, go west, slide. What is our messages in Naba? I don't think a radar control form for our messages in my. In whom the kind chairman say, a year now, okay. We last communication to the aircraft now, but say, now, could you remember, team for say, Ghana, then you were the longest and the farthest radar control system monitor all the West Africa. Where do we be? Mali will be, Nigeria will be. And the flight is 200 kilometers away. Ghana radar control team flight,
That is Sabia, Farouk, a bessa no crack out in Ama, a Sanya tin and Ray, a yan tan tibiano.
Nekaba, you won't fight, Now, fight, I told you, I'm not say. Your airspace, and you're playing to a gun and complain to me to be. Now, saying a radar control for one channel. You're a passion, or 13,000 kilo, 13,000 feet. We are channel. And this a car, and this a car, pine pepper, and a washer. Obia, baby, and I'm gonna radar control for the crown, or she said, passion air, or 13,000 feet. Now, or top 6,000 feet above, play big, and I will use route to need a chemical action Ghana. With 26,000 feet in your commercial India, a free money ever the same. We number one route, and this emergency, they scream at them. That will get closer, and that's all called too much of the wind. Free Peter Kinsa, the flight monitor and the record and the black box. And the piano question, and maybe two program no question. One, your questions are skeleton about one. Only to say black box, no black box. Now tell Ghana Air Force to about 11, so no flight in Iran. That time, anytime presidency, now we announcement. Let's say, plane, your confirmation. And I'm a general, so I'm going to what will they doing there? Because so military aircraft and the Air Force and the problem about helicopter car, car, and banshaba, and in a caution. It is our cosmetics now yet to now interest in this government the Obama government information. Allow them. But no men in uniform, you have no business at the presidency. What are you supposed to do? You have one aircraft in your hall. No one can see our hall. helicopter to baby the helicopter no kwhwehwe yemucha Ghana Army say more parachutists and I say more your friends Air Force only rope is form in the community measure and amunya message to cry say yes plane na tia to kura bi ase a you study arahotem Ghana Air Force and for over to can flight no ya mfa soldiers so soldiers are training room ya who to the ahoma e sane ya dem call the air because that time no location no we couldn't do that because at that time no and 30 minutes every fly emergency every fly from Accra Air Force Base every corner soldiers would have been on the ground they could have surveyed the situation say on to me needs to be power share but go to my BB that is what military is trained for now helicopter theater and military they are more about pakination now call for farming seven classes from phone and like the whole country where you eyewitness report we have the technical report we have a technical report on my end Ghana Air Force Ghana Army very casual madam no lieutenant and then let's ignore my planet for time no who's ira who radar control message blank na black box no nipa ne de sabi why in media we need to know the communication I came on the last distress message the last distress call because the radar control from Monica and then in the goggles crying Juma they would have screamed and told him say Papa who are inside the forest and now baby I was really close to mountains.
Oh Farouk what my man for soon in fact what analysis now you know but here Facebook no so nipa best 1.6 egusuo I would have require more in fact questions now busa no dibusa papa but oh me who baby I mean for some no crown fa
say military fight at airport now you need jet you confer passenger jet in the park of military fight you have the helicopter where the case here a switch we know na yentima paso je kan ko yentima maso je kan ma helicopter hange ani ati e ho odin e bakwa akoko Senegal no ye wa akoko Niger no yentima maso je si obi hu hwesi ne mom sabi nkura akofo and the sekai and also na minute and the new year mo ko ye no please it is beyond the cosmetic approach and that kind of this we find they were beyond recognition.
Afesi ehunu se ade achi ye kura na se boto bi ya se sa wo magumo questions bebre na legitimate question abusa baako bi time wa pagya ni mu no time wa helicopter no wo yi ties ni free grounds no wakashe mu no pagya ye no 9:12 am kwasi sa time wa information ne buy say ye nhunu no wo sese ho nkwan no a. Now we are talking about 2-hour interval.
Which is not possible, Chelsea. That's with a simple thing. And question for the recording certain machine in Shidaba. Or the 35 minutes to 37 minutes now, but since you were doing destination data. Most of the 11 o'clock, now we go to plane. It is open. You must have a radar control. You can't just tell me. Ordinary say na machine na me say what the last message it's only me panic attack and now only cut up to 9:20 no be apam and that's a machine na me say that is apam a whole na more 30 and then na Ghana Air Force no yeah that time okay radar control they can you miss contact to the flight no apam that time no na military helicopter second one no we put that. No, that because the routine, it's way to wash it. If you come out to crash, you said was up on us.
Chessia, Ober comment say, said the SIA, said the SIA Kokui. Just say one more 2 months after international expert, I'm a Bagana, no, Omo Bebois, black box, no analysis. I
can tell you for fact, say, Kruwi, Okofa, the best aviation investigators, who are of course the Americans, the Chinese, the Brazilians, only the worst problem we see in Brazil especially, or Amazon forest, only to get a bit of But what I mean is that the information will be distorted. It will be distorted, meaning, say, so could do. I report them say, we have the busiest airport. And our airport, I'm saying on authority, is manned by Ghana Air Force and then managed by Ghana Civil Aviation. So international flights are back. Here them about with 340 passengers, 384 British Airways. You walk 787, you see the 777 flight, you see Zoomline, you see Airbus 300, you see Kuma. We unfortunately because you only two fire tenders. Fire tenders too. And this is a true flight to create a problem with aircraft in the tarmac and as well. Only two aircraft. And it's such a deep concern. Now, once again, our radar control can check your distance. Say, time now on the machine here, and I was saying, now how many minutes into the flight? And it's no how many minutes into the final destination. And we just come a marking in Narakoju, we be from a tour. Air Force Base. No speaker, and we can fat metro. No concentrate much military in Homakotan presidency. But now a day, soldier play, the soldier play, and the also say, did you people go there? Have you gone to retrieve the black box? Yes, like black box, no. Because the movie, any condition of aircraft crash, the black box investigator squad, only so say the talk. I don't know the idea. No dive is in the tin could see her. And in a tone of black box, I will be on the right wing in the moon, and not on the left wing in the moon. So no matter how version, you concentrate the area and retrieve the black box. Black box may be of communication, data conversation, cockpit conversation. And at the flight data and answers, you don't have a problem. And it is a no or distress situation or that cancer. No pilot in this world. But you 1 year, 1, 2. Yet me as a country, security-wise, Nancy yaki Chinese for, and yet you good, and yet you sika. I saw Galamsi, and who quentin and near quite this debate. And really see, you know. But the first as a country in the commission said, your Galamsi side to do a while. And we area where there could have been what is called unfriendly fire. What is unfriendly fire in aviation? Meaning said, a big one now, a big crap, shoulder to air missile will be or who military helicopter says trial, or who to be a mobile attack on Galamsey side, or be making a broom.
Wow.
A single engine. And it's a tube and an unfriendly fire be. And a shoulder to air missile, and that's a grand artillery be. And a canwa. But you don't know. Did you come the area? Because I need to follow. Shoulder to air missile, she said. Or Professor Yamaba, omit my shishin in pieces. Then Chinese Ponko. It could be any other interested party say. It be a flight in a bag, women say, because helicopter there no lower 1,000 meters. 1,000 meters because your dead end of landing 3 minutes. Flight to be able to take 1,000 meters or the 3 minutes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We will do 10 no land in 3 minutes. In the 3 minutes less and no land. Where was the flight? You were doing. I don't know or what our mountains now, or cop plunging into tree, or go to the machine in bathroom. Let's look at the option set. Or we could fire people manner. The fire be called machine in back, in plane. A corny head, a corny winger, helicopter, the never bathroom. Because we're losing gravity, or losing gravity at the weight in the baby. Because your machine, Air Force of 4, I'll do with the weight, the gravity. No what part what the what properly what you ramping machine I take it up what slide that to do. The man is you took off 912 machine naira aya wa hin e dem you are a convert to look my gra. Naira the concentration say young military ko room. No mo ko pen ka sense sa. The men who see according off. Men who aviation inspectors equal polythene bag, equal proper special bag, only these are pieces and particles. Because 5 pieces and particles now. And since they know, that's it. But in case in the these are the concentration of aviation investigators of a class area. What do they do? Say artillery being going on. You'll be able to know it. See, in your black box now, you'll be able to know it. But I can still tell you that the mechanism. The black box meaning said, if you quite know what distress, non equipment of in terms of navigation. And I said it was 240 because of on 29 goggles in new format. Or that catch a reader control say, where am I? Am I safe to land? Am I close to land? Am I in? And yes, a helicopter. I need to get a helicopter. But you make my turn around every minute. And net jet, private jet, and yet your friends, a passenger jet now, walk around to do circumference. 360 degrees and sana what a baby to queue up no helicopter is instant turn around in the go and cover 10 and then let me put on records. These are seasoned flying officers at your work. That you know. He flies. Only President Mama and President Banyamna that they fly with him. Flying officer on your specialist and I say only machine interim, you won't do that. I don't quite come back. You will not do that. You need a gentleman. They will not do that. They can voice a fly machine in the VR. And the machine I know that it is even service. I don't check accident in your I don't check aviation incident in your but the aviation incident coincide we should be able to know sir. Let them say I radar control name Air Force. Then Air Force you have something to hide. If the Air Force cannot try Ghana say only the radar control communications. Say another machine you. Not a catch a machine I rather than away.
Questions yeah busa Dawson yeah expect answers bebre e de from ho na almost say wisdom is talking ye dia chira e osanka ye we nyina nanka stories na kan kwa ye pia ekogu baabie enti Farouk medase papa na ye no nwie of course na me musa we da bia wonam wiem me da menim sa pa wonam wiem sa etutu kan kofa ma sa briefly afedi ehu abo kakra what especially flying in Ghana so wonam Ghana wiem sa no ehu kakra ba na
Ghana airspace is safe. Nigeria can be returned. Abacha and the best of here. Nothing with promote general dia. Now we should face with one or one military aircraft is over Kaya. Almost every month we are a military aircraft to Nigeria. Abacha Bayon and our catch your Air Force of say, what we are next to in command. Flight ticket you will not and your charging crowd in the Air Force Commander Mumjasa in Nigeria. And I'm a beam. Now, me personally, and so only 2 years for information, Poland government, Air Force Poland, on the flight, helicopter type will be any other setting. Other helicopters are meeting in now over to be to a refurbishing, etc. So I was part of the consultants and the consortium. I was in Krakow and we boarded a helicopter of that type from Krakow to your friends of Warsaw. Could you in the cockpit? The Polish cockpit radar control, they shout because near pilot, not the machine in Europe. We're only 4 people in the flight. Not the machine in Europe. Or the soul enter. They shout at him, say, you can't go through that fog. You can't go through that cloud. Lift. Do this, do that. 4 hours journey, and from Krakow to Warsaw, 4 hours helicopter, and we'll be able to see it went up or more than 17,000 meters away. No, an incident with Balkan Airlines in Nigeria. It happened, say, now the same rough were back inside the Lagos buildings in Victoria Airlines. It is a airport. The time that imagine say private jet, passenger jet, now all lifted. The maneuvering was very rough. Plenty of military aircraft, soldiers aircraft, military pilots. The first thing they train them is maneuvering.
Dear Chira, so ye di adwene de Chira, ye behwe frau. International relations expert Farouk Al Wahab. Menua, ye dasi papa. Ye komon de afena ya hwase.
That's it, Kojo.
So, wa ben papa.
Yes, dear pa, woko Facebook page no so a enipa 1.8k obi ase questions in the door so no anu obisa no obi ase adwen kasa obi ase nimdie kasa obi ase chese obi salutu no se ensema o kan de no ano no na ase esu ni nti no ene arewo ni nti nipa bebre na adwen nyanko technicalities na questions na
wabusa legitimate questions pa very very convincing questions was yetimi enya eho emuaye ya na de aka
this ofan ye putupuru ya krata afra b0mb na aban krata odi aba kire se ne ye August bosom de toso enson yi na ye de ede nansan si ho ye de som ana yede ye enipa enwotwe na wo mafiri mu na yi na nhyehyɛ ye aban se wode aba kyerɛ sɛ enne ye ya wada yi ye candle lightning na flower wo flower bi titu feature titi bi bo ano bo an kama na fa beto te sɛ de abrɔfo na ya wo mo ye no
fa beto so
sa oba ebia obenyi obi obema wo kyenre no waso na so do de asifa na ye so kennel ya the flower nhwiren egu ho ewo Jubilee House asem na making na wo mo ba bia o ma designate a ye de ni nyina begu ho kama
ene ho bebo ma
ene enya asem ketoa enye nne nko a wo kyena nso kan ho eti osi abusuafo wo mo eya adofo ene mo a ye nhye da ne wo mo emmo na mmom so mo ye Ghana fo enti ye nso enim wo mo no ye ne abusuafo betimi de nhwire ni bia ba besoso so nkane ani bi na nyame adoma memenda no ye nyina ye bebodwa na sa adwa na ye bebo ne ho na meka se yi nipa na wo mafiri mu no ye nka se no ne ye de ye yie no na mmom ye bodwa de ahya na montuo fofora aban ye ne abusua ye ho no speeches ahodo ene nsem a wo se Ghana 40 de fa de si ye no ho ne nipa na afiri mu no ho ne nyina on be no boa de akere ye na fe ye tumi ahunu na bibia akonkan de ama na ene de na 1 pm nti ye ka sei enche bia kra don ko bopepepe obetumi akọ na nso do nhwiren akwakoto nyame ya adoma o kyena nso saada na ye kan se memenda de ne de ye no num anwumre no num e de betena se na fe ye nyina I was State House forecourt ho nyame ya adoma memenda de no na fe ye de ewie na bibia akonkanti krata fra b0mb aba yera Felix kwa chofo sunsa hyase eno no ya to ansam no so ayekọ na yakọ yewra Samuel Sapon kane KMB emeya kane osofo a wo hwe asantemantam so wono anso vice chairman edema NDC amanyuko no yewra Dr. Samuel Sapon yekọ ni fie na ya nya nti yesa abusua atena se yense ntwere ni Bismarck mensa enso akohobie na de abusua kan de AC ewo yewra Samuel Sapon fie ho no yenkwa waba na yenko Bismarck ahoma no so Bismarck uti yanka ama ha ebakasie so se de ye hwe wa NG TV so no ye hu se wakwa abusua fie ama abusua atena se boyemu ade apoti na abusua kan de na ekoso ofie
ya ba me da se eno nyime de si ye wo boase anase adanse akofum no ya de na eni enyan ye na unu se honorable Dr. Samuel Sapon na olubi a wa be mayor I was santimantem ha na wasa be regional minister pen na wasa na de central regional in India ya da de na do so pa na anura ya be fi ha na ye betu kunani wa ha na aba ha na ya dia na yesu anya rokonkwan na wofia na pe so ya saba na ebedu ha no maka se mpenpo dodo na aba ha na ma dodo na no se omu bitime abata krokro ni nchen na omu na asha chiche ne we na ebedu na se ya dia na mpenpo bebre former regional minister Samuel Sapon Samuel Mensa ama ono so no aba make us say regional political council research for also aba ni patron including honorable Frank Amokahine and then people be and aba hanama but about 8:29 program no who say army commander our free for be and so no edika ba hano oni kwa ibi didin koma na eja wa say o so oni kwa ni pia bonte kakra na odi no ko bi to bala so na aja onu ko didin koma aka to mu pie but at na na de kwani na ba am pe for dodo na won nchen a omo ne didin komo
ɛhyɛ ne kwan ɛkyɛ ne werɛ sɛ ɔnka no kɔma to yam na deɛ asi ne deɛ nyame na ɔma nyame so na wɔgye nti obusae a mpanyinfoɔ dodoɔ na abɛtwe ha de ma aba abɛkyea ameka sɛ de bi do no so na de ɛkɔ party ma de bebree na wɔ hanom a ɔmo nyinaa aba Dr. Samuel Sapon fi anma ɛwɔ so a ɔmo tete kunu ne werɛ
wokwa no kra no ma hu sa video a wode bra ye na ye hu sa kane so afo na odamanta masante manta ma no yera Simon so semensa eka ho bi ene do na kyese wo ma ekọ ye kwoche a ye ne wo ma ebomu de nsato nsa yam ni nyina nye party asem ye nipa nyina na aka bomu asa abusua ba ko a wo ma akwa akoma abusua ya akwanya sa
Minya ba asaba pellet this one run no isan say obia when the political parties dey emu no say arawo sem say AC a dodo na nu say yi party nsem nyina eto nkyɛn na eja obesa akoye enuadon ho asem akoye nipa ho asem ntina say dodo na aba na so mo di party nsem nyina eto nkyɛn tino ade ase na ohu ye no party ni nyina do mo nsem nyina eto nkyɛn ne mo ba fi anom say omunua ana omunua ba so na omo ne ho aka ana omunua ba ma so na afiri mo ntina so mo nyina aba na omo nyina be ka busua ho na omusu so mo se kron ne ewre ne mo any party mani bi kasa no mo say ade a honorable Samuel Sapon na obeye mayor obeye no minister no de onu ju de nyina mu no onu mu nyina obeye kron de nyina ji no mu ti region mu no ade na elu mu din komo yi pa yakubia no se bi ti so kwa na ofre mu no mo so jum so adwen almost adwen sere nti na ade a o ma ye ne say we party bi ne mu no mu ka bo mu say o mu boa ma regional etima konkan to bi a ono de no nyi mu so nti mi aba me ga say so far de araho ne de so jojo na da gugu so a esu ewofia
Yo, money adwuma kwasoa tena wa na di akire na ye nhwe de besi ginasie foforo ya abusia betimi asie ene ana moto foforo beba no na wa me yaso ate money adwuma Besmark Mensa nsa nkyere ni wa santemantam mu na okọ Dr. Samuel Sapon fie ni abusia ekohia ye de koso ho na wabomu amane e de akire ne ye mohwi wo fa eba mu no ye nkota krade ne ye hwese ye nsa betimi aka na na fin so ho ana ya hwese e won soso amane bo etesen womo soso womo gi asemi esen na na uti yanka akwaba takrade nso de asie yi womo gi ne sen
no the wa medasi aba so ke ni takrade a under da asama osi no in fact nakada upiala wote ke ni takrade bi ha no bubur abo no so then enwunde abra asami si no under da no upiala te group to ne another ni phone another radio commentary na offer no obiara ntie pa na aba hasa abana ndwumaku a yesa wo ina medoro kase obiara ne flag amete me shada mutwomu o regional production council o mhwe on the one flag na dey wa approve ochede Ghana ankasa no sisi amano kasa yo ankasa na watu oya Ghana fo na se wo de abra asomni ski no so jo na wo no ama ye nti dem so jo fo a e ba so ka wona no ada no Takrade airport ha na nimpa under that regional minister and regional speaker to pay for what but now quick now okay no issue we for no there asama wa be no flying officer chum ampedu major no award Takrade hala psychology was 2 years apramodo so je no so ge nebi to o nebi ankasa na under that the football but now no way now what the amenia we to know what the the fact na yes yo papa na the football but now what the we now what the ya coupon ankasa bomb but now on share na on no na no thing menoro kase ya menoro kase ya to ka na the briefing kana what about air force ya botamba ya me ya no bisra ya be say asamon ba ko ma hadi amanfo dodo na so abombod na wa hyehyɛ black yenim be ebiama president kan de yembombod na 3 days de yenim yefensu another yefen kai ended asam na osi ne dia otuma kare amanfo kakra hyehyɛ black akɔ more tantan one store na de amanfo working to adon store more hyehyɛ black anka normal no anka Friday na yesa hu de magnifier with the data count makadema direction na president de makadema technical card so amanfo in fact amanfo wo asam ko to ko no pre bi biara wo the data ko biara ka wa sam da asam di makadema asam na be no the data card ha
de sɛ awerɛho so ɛsi ha nkasa
Kɔsɔ ne di akyire na de besi bia no mpanimfoɔ beduru a de ɔm de bɛto dwa no ameaso atemoni adwuma yɛnsa nkyerɛ ni yɛ ɔbɔ amane afi takorade ɛne ne mɛnso na na fen amane yɛ a ɔde firi hɔ baayɛ ɛna ate yɛ no fɔ se asogyafoɔ no mmiɛnsa no emu bi ɛwɔ takorade base enti asɛm ne baayɛ no mpanimfoɔ ɛwɔ hɔ no nso so
na no mo ahyia no so asogyafoɔ mpanimfoɔ pa wɔn ranks ɛwɔ soro pa ɛkyerɛ nso mpanimfoɔ efiri abɛn mu nso bɛkɔ hɔ na nkwintahudi a ɔmbɛdie no yɛbɛsi bia wa meate yo na deɛ ato ɔman mu no sesei odupɔn atutu ɔde odupɔn wɔtwe ɛna atutu amena bɛda hɔ no mo a creative vacuum na ɛwɔ sɛ ɔmampani wɔfele saa amena no a aba bɛda hɔ no enti wayɛ ntɛntɛ bɔkyɛ sɛ ɛkyɛ na ɛdwo enti de wayɛ no no sɛ ɛyɛ ɔsoafo hwɛ ɔmansi kasɛm soɔ Dr. Ato Forsen Dr. Kessel Ato Forsen ɔmampani John Dramani Mahama yɛ no sɛ wɔn sanfa Dr. Mane Buama adwuma no ɛnka ne deɛ ho na wɔn hwɛ kyiri ɛyɛ defense ministry hɔ no ntɛsia no Dr. Kessel Ato Forsen ministries mienu ɛna yaka bɔ mu ɛde ama no ɛyɛ finance ɛna afei defense ɛno akyi Honorable Emmanuel Kofi Amaboa ya wɔyɛ ɔsoafo a wɔhwɛ nsase ɛne emu enema so mekyerɛ minister for lands and natural resources ɔmampani John Dramani Mahama yɛ ne sɛ wɔn sanfa Ministry for Environment, Science and Technology na ekuta Honorable Ibrahim Mutala Muhammad no wɔn fa no nso nka ne deɛ ho kosi sɛ ebra wɔn bɛtoto nema no ho sɛ afɛdeɛ bi a wɔregye na ɔda kɔ akɔma nipa foforɔ ɛno akyi obia frank ka bia san hɔ bia abannwumam ne ankorankɔnwuma nyinaa no obia ntwe franka no embra fam emma no beton finfin de friend say half mast no onye ne saa etimi ka say mo a monam La Paz ene Kwashima highway no so no mudru ba bia your office wo ya abon say Angel TV ene Angel FM ye frax no ubon say ya twe amba na befom abefom kra na ene kra de soja ni baako and wo twam no no abebo a ese njefo mo de na ase ba bia wo no ase da so wo so do mo san twemra fom kakranka ho amani nyina ya ye ne sa pepe de hyehyɛ no ye adwuma enti se wa ba bia Ghana aba bedro no
na se wo fa nya Ghana flags nko a
da bi
flag bia esi wadwuma mu
bia
hotel school ye won krofo mo fie asɔre wo mo nyina
obi antwemra fom
twene nyina bra fom
obi antwene nyina embra fom na ye ntwemra fom na ye kanti ɛna yeguso a ye kɔso a asɛm no nyina sɛ ne mote dada no dwumadie bi kɔso ɛwɔ boase ye adanse potem ho de nyina fa galam sɛ kwan a ɔmampanin na ban bɛhwɛ ama wo mo a wo so mutu amnam dwuma ɛwɔ kwan paso no wɔn de saa hyehyɛ no ɛbɛto dwom de apa ho ntoma na afei wɔn so a ɛnsɛ wɔn mutu amram no yɛyi wɔn asi nkyɛn ɛno ɛna fofia anto ata helicopter de wɔn ɛkorɔ no helicopter ɛyɛ Z9 na de wɔn kɔ no yɛte ya ne sɛ dwumadie na start ebin makakwam na ada na bra wo sɛ kɔ no beduru mu beduru yei asante mantam so afo Dr. Mwakohene ɛfrɛ busasa a ada na defense minister ɛne ada ntɔrɔ agye na ɛba no yɛatwɛn yɛ amomai na wama sa manaf baabi a na omso da bi na ewiem so amde ba no rada no ye nhunu ye monitor ye hu baabi afa ene wasa na tie de a enye na momye nkɔ hwɛ wo moy ye beka kakra gu na so mu ene wo mse ne ye nkɔ hwɛ wuram na bia na helicopter no sensuo na abu no se besi fom baabi na bia na tabu no entimi ma no mu so ayahwɛ ene sɛ ye kɔ ya na kyerɛ sɛ de betia ne se abrahosem ko a na yenkɔ mmea foforo so watoro nchemato Ghana no oboasefo asuasua wo mudini empa da kyerɛ sɛ nanka ye bebie no oboase lunch na bɛkɔ so oboase na bekum nipa ngotwe enti wo mo sua Chuku Joseph ewo parliamentary candidate ya wo oboase East owura Samuel Aboaje ehormo na Chuku ehon so mokɔ ya busuafo esesen
Oh, Yamiadum, Ekasakaju, Hase, we see a four cassa. Na what do I say? Na Mekase, a year Kojang, and on my boy, I say, and I'm a mena Casana Sabri, I made you binan in Sumatano, or no, I shifita, or no one then the demonstration. Oh, I say, I Mekase, what see in the Padomino. Na isi a yɛkasa santibanto nso for na ɔmohwɛ n'anim na regional executives bi aba abɛdu a ɔmohwɛ sɛ ɔmo bɛtumi aba na ɔmo nyinaa aba abɛka bom na ɔmo de official statement na aba abɛto abusua n'anim a ɔmo nhwɛ ɔmo anim sisi a mena ɔkasa nti yɛhu sɛ DC foɔ a wɔyɛ adanse ha ne MP foɔ no nyinaa so aba ha sei nipa dodoɔ na so wɔ ha sei a mɛka sɛ fever ɛnya nsɛm ketewa na yɛkɔyɛ bɛ nyinaa no ɛsan sɛ asɛm de kɔsi wɔ akorofom na yes adanse akorofom no mɛka sɛ hɔ na asɛm de kɔsi na mmarahyɛ badwani a wɔwɔ adanse akorofom nyame adom ɔfa manya no wɔ ha sei mayɛ mbisa no ɛsan sɛ ne mpɛsua so ɛnɛ deɛ menim sɛdeɛ ankɔɛ bia nkɔpɛ sɛ ne constituency no trend fa no adivert trend sɛ yɛbɔ ne din foforɔ mene ne nkasa owura Zuma Joseph Angel TV sini odarumo wote ne say na won kasa sabre na wo hen
bedase emsenra be 9:40 40 and I'm here na your recess parliament and yina na ye pese ye ba program no and many lance minister kasai a day before nra obusa say e pese o ye arrangement am so ye nya ye beba because the proof no obo ase de bomunti e ba ye nsan ko enti mechi ye na madu obo ase ha makos same ho a me ko program na say was around 9:40 and I'm here obusa
na nim sisi a no constituency no ho na asem ya kwesi na mo be na mo ankasa so mutu afa ho
asema ya as a member of parliament me pese me constituency the din kwa chi but then kwan we so ye pene kwan paso ya me ya say sebe ya hwe adehia omudi musi na sa anko ye ba bia say me mpehwa so na sa kosi ba sa na se boy di na kwa obi nte da obi te akrofom bia na de no na ebe bata ho in fact omoye nipa abusua bebre adehye omoye oman na adehye anti debi obi abekai omo a na omo de akrofom bata ho na haye kakra but de nyame pe na oye na ewiase nyame enenim ba bi obi a na nkwa twato no obekwa kwa wie no anti we are in a state of sadness. We are devastated as a constituency, especially in Chromie Nunesi was why Buffet ne Sikaman. Idea Hagana.
Dear Hadrian, honorable Monshadne, Wati, Monkafra pa Chuku Joseph Dasi, we a year or Boise and Pesuanoa, Assembly Esiswo, Sabia Hormo, a Beko history mu, aha, and a helicopter be. A better toy, no, ya, a kum, ya this year, Kukudam, and what tree Umudine Empada, Wodikapa, Afianko Tamale, a hormone, and now was for our share, Bobre, and Abodim Nasapen, whom Fidie, and now so Minister for Environment, Science and Technology. Mutala Muhammad, na Yensem Trenia, one also, Mutaka Muhammad, na. Mohammed sir wakodru abusua fia den wakwa hunu na abusua nsem a wode atodwa nso ne san hello Mohammed.
Yeah, hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Mohammed. What can you tell us from the family house at the late honorable's environment?
Well, thank you so much. I think everybody is actually devastated, like I indicated yesterday. Earlier this morning, we were here at the family house. A lot of people, actually gathered because we were all thinking that the burial ceremony was going to happen today, as it was announced yesterday by one of the imams in Tamale. Of course, if you know Honorable Ibrahim Mohammed Murtala, he actually memorized his Quran from Ambaria Islamic Institute. Well, Ambaria Islamic Institute is one of the biggest Islamic, institutions in Ghana. That is the institution that Honorable Ibrahim Murtala actually memorized his Quran. So the leader of that particular institute yesterday came out with an announcement that the burial ceremony was going to happen today. We're told that the body remains of the former environment minister was actually going to arrive earlier today at the Tamale International Airport. And then from there, they'll bring the body to the Ambaria, Islamic Institute inside Nyanshago right here in Tamale. That was where the burial prayers was going to be observed before they proceed to the cemetery for the burial processes. But until late last night, that the family once again gave out a notice to the Ambaria Islamic Institute to announce to the general public that that a delegation was actually sent by His Excellency the President of the Republic of Ghana, John Dramani Mahama, to still commiserate with the family, and that they should exercise a bit of restraint until the government comes out later to they'll do one or two things before the family can go ahead with the burial processes. And so that is why, earlier today, a lot of people, came to the family house thinking that the burial ceremony was going to happen today, until they were told that it wasn't going to happen due to the directive that came from the presidency. But yet still, a lot of people have gathered here since morning. A lot more of dignitaries are trooping right here at the family house of Honorable Ibrahim Mohammed Murtala.
But you see, Muslims are noted to be very strong in times of disasters, in terms of, in fact, in difficult times, I should say. Is that the case at the late Murtala's family house?
Well, if you can, I didn't hear the first sentence.
What I'm saying is that Muslims, according to the Islamic religion, what makes them unique is the fact that even in times of, or in difficult times like this, they are so strong. They take heart and what I feel. So is that the same case? Is that the right picture that people are painting in his family?
Exactly so. I think that even yesterday, apart from, if you come to the family house, it wasn't only, the family members who were actually, affected by the loss of the former MP of Tamale Central. Almost every youth base, Tamale Central is the hub of Tamale, the capital of Northern region. There are various youth groups that you will find, and majority of them can be found in the Tamale Central constituency. You visit every single, base in Tamale, and then, everybody was actually aggrieved. Everybody was shocked, like they couldn't believe that their MP could just go like that within, a twinkle of an eye. Well, until today, we all came to terms, because it is the wish of the Almighty Allah, simply because we all needed him. We all wanted him to still be with us. A lot of, people came around, and they all express or exhibit their testimonies, as to how helpful the former MP was. The number of employment opportunities that he has provided to a lot of people who, came around from yesterday up to today, and they were all testimonies to, what the former MP, Honorable Ibrahim Murtala actually did to them. I can't even talk about, the number of school fees that he has paid for a lot of people from the various senior high schools through to the tertiary level. He had an agenda, he had an ambition of raising about 54 medical doctors 6 years ago. As we speak, those students are actually in level 600 now.
So that tells you how ambitious he was when he was alive.
of course, when he was alive. In fact, that was an ambition that he set for himself, even when his party was still in opposition. Today, as we speak, those 54, students, medical students who are pursuing their medicine at the tertiary level, they are currently in their level 600. Yesterday, a day before yesterday, we were all thinking that we're gonna still have access to him. He gave us an indication that those students will be graduated, somewhere next year. And then all of a sudden, Almighty God actually gave him a call, and he had nothing to do than to respond to that particular call. So those students, some of them actually came yesterday. They were all aggrieved. As we speak, one of the board members of the Bank of Ghana, Honorable Isaac Adongo, the MP for Baku Central, has also just arrived.
So can you extend our condolences to all of them? And thank you so much, Mohammed.
All right, thank you too.
For Hana, free Tamale ena ebano or Chresenia Ura Mutala Mohammed Senia na usi ewa badaye ene botaine ewana dwunum emwa wade aboa enkofo ene nipa hodo ano pase wo mo etime kron daache ema ne mpotem ho no mo eso eba mfaso de mo nyina ya afofie anto ata na be kirense wo ye kremoni ntia na kremofo gidie de ta wosoro impoduru o how bremu a ya na omusu kakra no mbajai na saa na tie ho ana na wose wedie saa na kakramofo gidie tie nanso akọwọ mbo papa ya tisi obia ewura ho nanso oben den Allah na mbajai bibia de amano yefiri so ana ye kọ apuye mantam Eastern region ya kọ the late defense minister Dr. Manebo Ama wono so na busuom na Cornelius Ajeti Ajei na wo Cornelius bo ho amane tia wae ho so etesen
aboko medical phone and sena mino ka piano and the delegation led from Accra by chief of staff below Debra Ebaha na on by fi honombe catch officially ebuchiano senia admin eti so mo disheno we film to a plane crash na mine ebuchian penny owo debuchiana no sergeant exai or the sergeant of money or no ebuchian penny ma impuna ebuchian e din komo na all catch me say piano now one day now kina na one thing na omu yes they can confirm say omo which is one pa but since chief of staff beka na one atino omo say no kwe one ba no we film you see ano no me say say no be omo government be share na omo pe omo bucha no krabe because they do know make my susu kwa na den kra enya dia mani boma beka abevia na no a wo share say na amanfo gufi ho na omo che jajo na omusu ebi say na meaning yes obi wa na ya candidate but omani boma you be as Bushano officially the face always be me with smile a man people get and to him so much I would say no be kasa obejo efeso e bi o promise o me say Usha na je say awewo say no akra e efida se hini entourage na ebe fi honum and na almost na record no na some post am for be ha ni maame no because of any condition and just the about say health minister Emma be eba after say entourage record e be fa ni maame efia to see how there I learned say she is na I don't know where it's at the moment but ni man so no how job materials so obiaye ba ko ni enkwala emiensa one boy two girls almost no need so as I speak I've heard from my searches there's a delegation caucus going to the house but had the don't find my going if you obey any the house is virtually empty so that's why we are see
yo yeah that's my many dear that's why tunde nyame no na be kura kakra sa Cornelius said that's busuafo ba bia free ben so honorable defense minister Dr. Edward Omane Kofi Buama the fie na yabomo amane no na